Good morning. It gives me really pleasure that you have learned be-form verbs and both of the voice for all the tenses. Since every sentence depends on tense, it is very important to be very clear in tense at first. As we have completed the first two chapters of the content successfully, let us recall the formulas of all the tenses in today's class, right? So listen carefully. When you want to make a sentence in English to speak or to write, if you remember the sentence pattern in your mind, it helps you to form a sentence very easily and quickly. So what is the sentence pattern for active voice? So for active voice, sentence pattern is subject, auxiliary verb, main verb, extension, at the end, full stop. So this is the sentence pattern for active voice. Then what about passive voice? Object, auxiliary verb, main verb, by, subject, extension, at the end, full stop. So this is the sentence pattern for passive voice, right? Now let us recall the formulas for all the tenses, right? So this is for present tense, present. So what is the first tense? Simple present tense. What's the formula for active voice? The auxiliaries are. Then what is meant by subject? In sentence pattern, what should come at first? Subject. What is meant by subject? Doer of the action in a sentence is the subject. You know subjects, because all the subjects come under subject pronouns. You know all the subject pronouns. I, we, you, they, he, she, it. Then what should we know next? We should know the auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs decide tense, right? Main verb, that means action verb shows only action. So here, which is more important for a tense? Auxiliaries are more important because it decides tense. They decide tense, right? So in active voice, in simple present tense, what are the auxiliaries? Do, does. Then which form of the main verb should be used here? Because every action verb has 4 forms. Among them, we have to use first form of the main verb here, right? You know where you have to use do and does. If it is I, we, you, they, we have to use does, do. If it is he, she, it, we have to use does. Then what's the formula for passive voice? Am, is, are. Then which form of the main verb should we use? We have to use third form of the verb for all the passive voice. Never forget. Then let us go for the next tense. Present continuous tense. Then what is the auxiliary verb for active voice? The auxiliaries are am, is, are, plus fourth form of the main verb, right? Then what about passive voice? What are the auxiliaries to be used in passive voice for present continuous tense? Am, is, are, plus being, plus third form of the main verb, right? Then let us go for the third tense. Present perfect tense. Then what are the auxiliary verbs do we use here for active voice? Have, has. Then which form of the main verb should we use here? Third form of the main verb, right? Then what about passive? What are the auxiliaries? Have been or has been. The auxiliaries are have been or has been. Then plus third form of the main verb. You know very well where you have to use have and has. Where do you use have? If the subject is I, we, you, they, we have to use have. If the subject is he, she, it, we have to use has, right? And you know very well am, is, are. If the subject is I, am. If the subject is he, she, it, we have to use is. If the subject is we, you, they, we have to use are. Let us go for the fourth tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Then what are the auxiliary verbs do we use here for active voice? Have been or has been. Then which form of the main verb should we use here? Fourth form of the main verb. Here we don't have passive voice for present perfect continuous tense. right? Since the word been has been used in active voice and present perfect continuous tense, we don't have a chance to have passive for present perfect continuous tense, right? Let us go for the past tense. So, in simple past tense, what are the auxiliaries do we use here for active voice? There is only one auxiliary, that is did. So the past tense of do does is did. The past tense of do does is did. Then which form of the verb should we use here? First form of the main verb. Listen, there is no change in action verb. Changes are only in auxiliary verbs. If you change the auxiliary verb, automatically the tense will be changed. So you must be very careful when you use the auxiliary verb in a sentence, when you speak or write, right? Let us go for the passive voice. Then what are the auxiliary verbs do we use for passive voice and simple past tense? Then what is the past tense of am, is, was? Then what is the past tense of are, were? Then which form of the main verb should we use here? We have to use the third form of the main verb. So never forget, changes happen only in auxiliaries. Let us go for the next tense, past continuous tense. Then what are the auxiliary verbs do we use here for past continuous? What is the formula for, what is the past tense of am, is, was? Past tense of are, were. Then which form of the main verb we have to use? Fourth form of the main verb. Then let us go for the passive voice. What is the past tense of am, is, was? Past tense of are, were. Then we have to use being. Then plus third form of the main verb, right? Then let us go for the what do we say? Third tense, that is future continuous, past perfect tense. Then what are the auxiliary verbs do we use here for active voice? What is the past tense of have, has, had? Then which form of the main verb should we use here? Third form of the main verb. Then what about passive voice? Past tense of have, has, is, had. Then been. Then which form of the main verb? We have to use third form of the main verb. Let us go for the fourth tense, past perfect continuous tense. So what are the auxiliary verbs do we use in past perfect continuous tense and active voice? What is the past tense of have, has, had? Then been. Then fourth form of the main verb. Here we don't have passive, so here we don't have passive. Similarly, right? So this is past tense. Then what about future? So simple future tense. Then, yeah, for active voice, what's the formula? Shall, will. Plus which form of the main verb should we use here? First form of the main verb. Then for passive voice, shall be, shall or will plus be plus third form of the main verb, right? Then let us go for next tense. So future continuous tense. Then what about the auxiliary verb for future continuous tense? Shall or will plus be plus fourth form of the verb. Fourth form of the main verb should be, we should use in future continuous tense. We don't have passive voice for future continuous tense too. Since the word be is used in active voice, we don't have a chance to have passive in future continuous tense, right? Let us go for the third tense, that is future perfect tense. What are the auxiliary verb do we use here for active voice? Will plus have plus third form of the verb for active voice in future perfect tense. What about passive voice? Will have been. The auxiliaries are will have been plus third form of the verb, right? Then let us go for the fourth tense. That means future perfect continuous tense. So, what are the auxiliary verbs do we use here for active voice? Will plus have plus been plus fourth form of the main verb, right? Then passive voice, we don't have a chance to have passive for future continuous tense. Listen, 8 tenses have passive voice among 12 tenses. So if you keep these formulas in your mind, always automatically when you make a sentence to speak or write, the sentence will be so correct. Otherwise, certainly the sentence will be wrong, right? Never forget, if you want to talk in English so fluently, you have to keep these formulas in your mind very clearly, right? So, try to memorize all the formulas and keep it in your mind always. Let us meet in the next video. Thank you.